All right, hey guys, welcome back to the edition to the Mystic Whispers podcast. And I'm your host, Nicole Jasper. Tonight we have our opening night, and let us know where you're listening from. I'm out here in sunny, hot California, and so trying to find this video. And anyway, stay tuned. I have an exciting guest waiting in the green room, probably laughing at me. But yeah, acting actor John Ozuna. So we will return right after this episode. Stay tuned. All right, and we're back. And so I want to read a little bit of John's bio right here. So John Ozuna is an actor, stuntman, fight choreographer, already right, master of art, martial artist, 2 times Guinness World Record. Sorry if I said that wrong. Another film, Matrix, which is the one I'm in waiting for. Matrix Part 4, I believe. Bouncer Leave. And one of my other favorites was this Demon Fighter, where he portrayed Father Michael. And we'll probably talk about that. That's one of my favorites. And let's see. Leave Table, Dragonfly, Leave the Infinity Project, and many more. And Hot Bill Master. Well, alright, so let's bring John Ozuna. Welcome to our show.
Hey, how are you doing, Nicole? It's good to be back to see you again. It's been forever and one day.
Thank you for being here. And as always, yeah, I got this far, and I went from paranormal to radio for a few years. At least I've had radio experience.
Uh-huh.
And those years when I started, and then I went from there to podcasting for 2 years. As you know, you've been on my show previously, and also now like that one. So yeah, I'm really thankful for that. I'm like, whoa, they actually like me because I know I don't have the greatest voice. So
You know what?
I
No,
try.
I mean, well, I want to say this. I want to say, one, thank you so much for having me on your show. Two,
Anytime.
congratulations on this new show and format. You're doing
Thank
very
you.
well. I see you out there all the time on social media doing, seeing your interviews and doing the stuff that you do. It's fantastic. You and I were talking about a little bit that, we're both kind of shy by nature. Is that true?
Yeah, I've always been shy, even all through school, high school, and like I was like a book nerd. So I was always by myself. So I like reading books for stuff.
Yeah,
So like,
but I'm right there with you because, I am inherently shy. Just I'm the person that wants to kind of be a wallflower, and the wallflower and just kind of blend with the background. And, for me to do what I do in terms of acting, entertainment, demonstrations, and all those performances and all those things, I've got to really break out of my shell. And, for you
I
to
hear
do
you
what
on that note.
yeah, for you to do what you do, and for me to do what I do, it takes that courage to just regardless of how we feel, just uncomfortable and not confident and not wanting to have that scrutinization, we just do it anyways. We do it anyways, and it's a wonderful result every time.
That is true. And I've had my notes here before I lost them. So,
Yeah, yeah,
so
absolutely.
hopefully, I have like few questions, lined up for you, and hopefully our audience will join us pretty soon. You're more than welcome to send us your question, or even afterwards. Sometimes we might get some on replay, which will
Yeah,
be on replay as well.
yeah, 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 absolutely, absolutely. That's
So that's
yeah,
right.
yeah.
We're everywhere.
And
The
then yeah,
whole world is
no, no, that's I
like,
mean that's the great thing, because what
isn't
you
that
do now
amazing?
is when you have your programs and you bring guests on. I mean, you're reaching out to a lot of people. You really are. Even if they don't tune in necessarily, I mean, they'll tune in maybe a little bit later on. Maybe for whatever reason they're busy now, but
Right,
yeah. I mean, it's I mean, in this day and age, we could do so much, you know, using our electronic devices and just reaching out to people, and that's the cool thing, because even for fellow actors, when they're not working, guess what they're doing? I mean, they're online. They've got their shows, they've got their podcasts. They're reaching out to
right,
fans. They're chatting, they're talking, they're entertaining. And when they have that job, then then they have to exit and do the work that they people recognize them to do. But
right.
no,
That's the
it's all
thing. At least they have an agent. I don't have an agent yet. Yeah. I think
So
that's the
okay,
part, but
I'm gonna share something with you. I have
sure.
a publicist, I have a manager, I have an agent, and not any one of them will work as hard as we do to try to get work for ourselves. I mean, they do the job, but I love them. They're great people, and they work hard. They have other clients and whatnot, but
Right. But they make
you
the
know
connection, right?
exactly. But what I see a lot of times is just through connections that I make. Uh, you know, there'll be somebody that reaches out. There'll be a producer, director, of a project, and they'll reach out to me and say, "Hey, I've got this part. I've got you in mind. I like for you to audition. Would you be willing to? And it kind of happens kind of organically. And every once in a while, I'll get my manager or agent to call me and say, "Hey, I've got something for you." But it's if we only wait for our agents and managers and publicists to do our work for us, that work will come far and few between. So we got to keep
you
ourselves
know,
busy.
yeah, I wouldn't mind being in that movie. The The Creepy Nun. I don't know if you can see it. It's kind of dark, but it's the Creepy Nun.
Yeah.
I wouldn't mind being in those kind of movies. I'm a horror movie fanatic. So that's
Oh
why
my
I
gosh.
absolutely love Demon Spider. It's like, it's no wonder I have these freaking nightmares. It's because I watch too much horror
Yeah.
that I can't help myself.
Are you
No, that's why I have
serious?
these nightmares. That's why. Like,
You're
I
not
can't
shy
help it.
anymore. You're not shy anymore. It's okay. It's funny. Demon Fighter by far was one of my most rewarding roles that I played. I played,
I enjoyed it. That I bought it. I should watch it.
yeah. Thank you so thank you so much for doing that. Thank you for checking it out. Thank you for watching it. I play Father Michael. For those that don't know, long story short, the movie is based around this central character, which is Father Michael, and it kind of goes through the timeline of when he was young to present time. So there's a lot of flashback scenes in this. So there's two young men that actually played two versions of me at younger ages, uh, and and it shows that he had a
Right.
really rough beginning. His mom was a prostitute. She was a drug addict. He was like in the room or close by when she was with a John, you know, and and she OD'd in front of him. I mean, it's just he lived a really tragic life. He got in trouble himself. He wound up in juvenile hall and eventually in the penitentiary. But then he turned his life around and he accepted faith, and he became he became a priest rather, and 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 then also an an exorcist. So that's where it was
Right.
at, and then it has to do with a family that was possessed by a demon, and he was called upon to try to exorcise these demons from each family member. And and again, my character is, he's rough, he's from the neighborhood, he's a tough priest because he's very faithful to his religion, his faith, but at the same time he does underground fighting matches to uh, get money, but to only pay back the church. So whatever money he wins, he just gives it back to the church. So it's kind of his way of paying back, with what he knows he does well. But yeah, that was a crazy movie.
Yeah, I highly recommend it. Anybody has to see that. I think we see a Prime Video. I mean, I think it's
Yeah,
everywhere, right? Mm.
yeah. And it's it took us about, I want to say, we filmed in the Visalia and Fresno
Oh well,
area. So it was mainly filmed in Fresno and
that's where
Visalia.
my dad is from. I used to go there a lot.
Yeah, so it's, since you and I are both from California,
Yeah,
you're Southern California, I'm Northern California. I just found out today that you live close to where I film all the time. So I'm either like in Burbank. Um, Last couple of films I did was one was in San Pedro, where they say San Pedro in my the way I would pronounce it, San Pedro. Since I have a Spanish tongue.
right.
But San Pedro, Burbank, California. I just came back from Texas and did a film over there. So yeah, you and I from the California area, but this was in Fresno and Visalia, and in summertime. So I want you to think about that. Summertime in Fresno, 110 degrees, and we did a lot
Yeah,
of our
I can
film.
relate.
Oh, it was crazy. And we did a lot of our filming outside, and we had a lot of scenes that were exterior scenes, and that made for a challenging film day.
Yeah, I bet. And so I was going to ask you this other question before we get started, but it's okay.
Yeah.
Um, you had to answer one of my questions anyway, so I do appreciate it. And so, what really inspired you to pursue that career of martial arts, and then you combined it with your career acting?
You know what? I'm gonna say one person, Bruce Lee. Bruce
As I
Lee.
said,
Let me tell you, he was my inspiration in terms of martial arts and acting. Because for those that didn't know, Bruce Lee was an actor before he was even a martial artist.
uh,
Uh, and he born in San Francisco, lived in Hong Kong, returned back to the Bay Area, went to school in oh my goodness, up north. Was it Portland, Oregon? Up north. But ran a school in Oakland, California. So he was very geographically, he was around where I live. So I remember watching Bruce Lee for the very first time in my life. I was all maybe 6 years old. My parents took us to a drive-in theater. We went to go see like a Clint Eastwood spaghetti western, and my brother and I were in the back. And I remember we just finished seeing the Clint Eastwood movie, so we were leaving. And I remember, so at a drive-in theater, there's several screens. So there's not just one screen. There'll be like 4 or 5 screens of different movies that are playing at the same time. So I'm looking back in the rear window, and then all of a sudden I see this one screen with this one guy flying through the air doing kicks. he's doing all these crazy movements, and I'm fixated, and I'm looking at that. I'm going, who is that? And then, I look over at my mom. I said, I want to see that movie. That's the movie I want to see. And then down the road, we eventually did. And then from that point on, I was hooked. I was mesmerized. I wanted to be him. He has so much charisma. He has athletic prowess. He's just in such great
Right.
shape. But he also was an amazing actor. He was a believable character, and his timing, his delivery was so sincere. And so if I were to kind of say where was the inspiration from, it really was from that one person, Bruce Lee. I mean, along the way, you get other inspirations, but he
Yeah.
was the first. He definitely was the first.
So did you ever get to meet him or
No, love,
through the?
no, no, no. He passed away in 1973.
I thought
Uh,
he did. I should remember.
yeah, he passed away in
Yeah.
1973. Uh,
Oh, right
and
after the year I was born, of course.
wow. So at that time, let's see, I was 6, 7, 8. I was probably about 7 or 8 years old when he passed away. So no, I didn't get a chance to meet him. I've met Jackie Chan. I met
No,
her.
it's cool. I would like to meet him. And
Yeah,
Keanu
he's a great
Reeves,
guy.
if you're doing Matrix
Super,
4, like,
super nice guy.
yeah, I would love to meet those guys.
Yeah, super, super nice guy. Super nice
And
guy.
you, of course.
Well, you're nice, though. You're nice. It's what I do, what we do. Quite frankly, what we do. We are a source of entertainment. We're also a source of information. A lot of the
Right.
films, that I participate in, like Demon Fighter, have a historical truth to it. And
I was just going to ask you that.
yeah, so it's the basic story is based on true accounts. I don't know specifically what were the specific accounts, but when I spoke with the writer, director, producer, they said all along that these were occurrences that happened, but they were kind of accumulated in one movie. And
Right.
and I was very proud to participate in this. It was a tremendous challenge, physically and mentally and emotionally.
Yeah,
Um,
Jim.
yeah, let me tell you, but Nicole, you know how you hear actors, they have trouble shaking their character, once they're done and they wrap up.
Yeah.
People that you can think about would be
Yeah, I heard that. Like the
like,
Elvis time. He
oh
played
yeah,
the
yes,
Elvis.
exactly right,
Excellent film, though.
100%. I love that movie. I love that movie. He did an amazing job.
Yeah,
I loved it. He embodied the soul and spirit of Elvis
he
Presley
really did. Yeah.
and the different stages of his life too. The other one I was thinking of is like Heath Ledger, who played the Joker in Dark Knight. So Heath
I just
Ledger,
found out. I just found out. Sorry. I just found
yeah,
out my parents got to see Elvis perform one time.
really,
I would have
wow.
loved to see that. I know that's
Oh, that would
before
have
my
been
time,
amazing.
but I
That
like
would have.
all sorts of music.
Oh, that would have been amazing. But just like both of them, they had trouble kind of shaking that character, and
Yeah, I bet. And the
you know,
voice.
yeah. I mean, Joaquin Felix, rather Joaquin. Um, my goodness, what's Joaquin's last name? Joaquin. My goodness, I can't believe I'm
Probably
forgetting.
we'll think of it later.
Joaquin Phoenix. Joaquin Phoenix. There we go. Joaquin Phoenix. His portrayal of Joker. Yeah, what you do is just you immerse yourself into it, and
Right.
so never ever had I experienced any sort of uh, leftover residual effect from a movie. Um, but when I did Demon Fighter, I did. I did.
Yeah,
I
when you're around that stuff, and I know
Yeah, yeah,
it's
yeah, because you're
some of
around
it
this,
to be real to it sting.
very much so. You're around the
Yeah.
subject matter, so you're around the subject matter. You know, the director was also my acting coach. So when he wasn't directing films, he was my acting coach, and
Oh,
he
nice.
he took it very seriously. So he was great in bringing out the most out of the actors, so that they can really deliver the best scene that they could. But it's funny that there was one scene in there, and you'll remember it. Is when that teenage boy, that the brother, he had his shirt off and he was sweating, he had boils, and he was sick, and he was possessed.
Yeah, that was serious.
And here I am. I'm delivering the exorcism, and his sister's there, his mom's there, and he's dying, and the demon is winning, and I'm losing him, and I'm doing everything I can to try to save him, and I'm losing, and just at that moment, I was hit by the memory of my best friend being killed. And
Sorry to hear that.
I think you appreciate it.
I can relate kind of
Oh no, love.
similar experience.
I know that you have gone through some very, very difficult times, and I admire you for pushing forward and still, standing tall. Uh,
Oh,
you know,
thanks, I try.
what you went through um, is an extreme loss, and so believe me, I have great respect for you, and so at the
Thank you.
moment, the mo-
Likewise.
yeah, love, my best friend of all time was killed in an accident, and uh, and I remember that I got a call from a nurse to come to the hospital and say goodbye to him, essentially. So when I'm in his room, and I'm talking to him, and I'm also, he's in the process of leaving. That moment, all those emotions, and that mindset, without trying to manipulate it, it was just a wave of memories that came at me at that particular moment. And so if anybody ever sees the film, I mean, you're seeing me express genuine emotion. And I'm kind of fighting the tears, and let me tell you, that was all real. That none of that was acting. It was absolute, just a response of an extreme memory in my life that happened to be relative to the scene that we were doing, because I'm losing a teenager, so
Right,
yeah.
yeah.
So and let me tell you, I'm starting to get dark over here. Let me tell you. Let's see if this.
Okay.
It's gonna sound squeaky. Out with the red. There we go.
Oh, nice.
There we go. A little
There
bit,
it is.
noisy but brighter. But anyways, it was one of those moments where once we had wrapped up, we were done. We were done filming. I had nightmares every single
Yeah, I
night
bet.
for 30 nights in a row. I had no control over it. I tried to shake it out. I tried to just focus on other things. There was just no control I had. And I just kind of figured, you know what? I guess it's just going to be whatever it is. And so I, 30 nights, I had nightmares after filming Demon Fighter. So it was the craziest thing.
Yeah, I can relate to the work that I did too as a researcher and videos. I tend to run into this very sometimes not so good. So
Yeah, yeah, definitely, definitely.
yeah.
So Nicole, let me ask you a question. So
Yeah,
I saw that picture of you at the Winchester Mystery House. Were
right.
you
That
there?
was oldie.
But it was good though. Now,
My hair is shorter.
were you there as a tourist, or were you there?
Just touring around, getting a feel of the place,
Okay,
you
okay,
know. And what the
okay.
fun part was, you know how they usually don't allow photographs
Yeah.
during the tour? I asked the tour guide. He said, "Yeah, go ahead." I told her what I do and stuff, you know. And she's like, "Yeah, sure." I was like, "Okay, I'll take you random picture now."
Wow, wow, wow. That
Yeah, I
was a
just
good
took random
picture.
pictures
I
of
actually I
um
love the picture because you're in the foreground, and the Winchester Mystery House is in
in
the
the garden.
background.
I love the
Very,
gardens
yeah, very
the
nice. Very,
best.
very nice. It's changed a lot. It's different now.
I bet it has since probably a decade.
Yeah. So I mean, it's in my neck of the woods. It's basically in San Jose. So I live in San Jose, and that's essentially where it's at.
Yeah, no, anything. My brother lives, you know, in Sacramento, probably not far from there.
Wow. Wow. That's about 2+ hours north of me. Yeah.
Um, yeah,
That's
usually we have to fly up to visit my brother, but I don't mind flying. I always say we're
Yeah.
closer to heaven if we do crash, right?
No, you're right. You're right. You're right. You're right. No,
Yeah, yeah.
absolutely.
But, yeah. So yeah, I hope
Absolutely.
you all enjoyed our show and chat with after Sean Ozuna. Feel free to ask us questions. I won't find it, promise.
Oh my goodness.
I'm trying to keep it clean, but yeah,
Yeah, yeah, I got to keep it clean here. There's some rules.
they're probably going, oh gosh. But
No,
anyway,
you're good.
yeah, I like to make people laugh, the work that we do sometimes can be intense and everything. So laughter
But
is always good, you
no, I
know?
mean, but that's the important thing. Yeah, we got to, okay. Regardless of anybody's personal belief system, we have only one of these lives. This life that we're living right now. That's the only one that we're gonna have of this one.
Hopefully I
And
won't.
yeah, it comes down to a choice. Because through our history, through our journey of this life, what's going to happen is we're going to lose people. We ourselves are going to be personally challenged, physically, mentally, emotionally, in every way. Um, and it's, we're going to have genuine, immediate, emotional feelings about whatever's going on. But then as time
Right.
passes, it's up for us to continue feeling those that way, or to learn from it and see it in a slightly different way, and and enjoy life. Because believe me, geez, half the time I'm joking around, playing around, something that in my brain is, sounds funny as it comes out of my mouth, and it may not be funny for somebody else, but in my brain is kind of funny, so I'll say
Yeah, like
whatever.
my stepdad would tell me jokes. I'll be like, oh, okay. I try not to hurt his feelings, like, yeah.
Yeah, 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 exactly, exactly, exactly.
I know some of my jokes aren't all that funny, but anyway, I like to tell some jokes.
Yeah, yeah, and that's it. When people, when you do what you do, and when I do what I do, we subject ourselves for personal criticism. And believe you me, they have. I've been attacked in every conceivable way. They attack your physical appearance. They attack how you speak. They attack your
Oh
talent.
yeah, that's
You know,
terrible.
your age. I mean, da da da. It just goes
Your
on and on and on
appearance,
and
you have
on.
to look the right.
Yeah, and it's you kind of go, yeah, 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 whatever, whatever, whatever.
I know I'm not that pretty, like I'm not that
Oh,
model type.
gotta
So
be
I don't.
kidding, young lady. You were made for to be seen. You were made to be seen. Jeez.
Maybe in the
you were
background with the extra or something.
no, you were made to be seen. You were made to be seen. No,
Yeah, believe
absolutely.
it or not, I took some drama classes when I
Good.
was in high school. I still stuck with it, and I even got asked one time to be movie with Robert De Niro.
Mm,
Did it? You know how they like? film movie in the neighborhoods.
Yeah.
And so I kept seeing him and I was waving him like that. Even his trailer, I have trailer parked right in front of my house. So I'm probably waving. But
Wow.
I respected him. I didn't want to bother him. But I just waved.
Yeah, yeah. No, it's yeah, when the movies come around our area, yeah, I mean it's kind of it's kind of hush hush, until you're actually going out there and filming whatever it is you're filming, but it's such a weird industry, you know. I love it because I truly
Yeah, you can
truly
travel and
it's
everything.
what it is you one of the things that I think is very evident is that you automatically meet strangers all the time.
Right,
You are people that you've never met before. All of a sudden, you are living with them essentially, and working with them on a daily basis, and you get to know them. You get to know them, but it's from one project to another. You're coming into a room, and it's a room full of strangers. They might know, we might know one another by reputation, and maybe things, social media and
right.
stuff. But it's I think it's difficult for me because I mean, like I said, I'm inherently shy, but it's a wonderful part of what we do because you always have the opportunity to meet people. And yeah, it's got a lot of coolness to it, and I think I mentioned, just I'm so passionate about this. It's storytelling. It's taking somebody's vision. At least my job as an actor is to interpret whatever is written on the script, to get to know that particular character so well that their likes, their dislikes, their habits, their personal habits, their characteristics. If they walk with a limp, or they have a part in their hair, or they become you become that. And you know
Right.
and to do right by it is, you're taking whoever wrote it, you're bringing that person to life. You're putting a heart and soul and a brain attached to that central character, and you just hope that you do good by it. And the director's always there to adjust things, to say, hey, a little bit of this, a little bit of that, you bring it down here or raise it up there. Don't come aggressive,
Yeah,
too aggressive. So I mean, they're there to help you out.
I was just watching TV and I just saw that Tim Burton got his thing on the, what do you call it? Hollywood Walk of Fame, was it? Yeah. I watched that area one time. So I would like to go back and look at it and I would see John Wayne and all the old movie stars too.
Yeah, Tim Burton, man. But look at this also.
But congrats to Tim Burton.
Tim Burton has been behind some iconic films, and
You know, just,
he has a very unique style. He's got a very unique that we can all identify. But I believe Tim Burton. He struggles with ADHD, and I think he's on the
oh wow.
spectrum. And so here's a person that would have been dismissed because of maybe his own personal challenges. But no, it's what it's where his brilliance is at. He's a certain way because of his level of brilliance in a certain area, and he can contribute. So that's what I love about it. That's what I love about you're taking somebody's, whatever's inside here and whatever's inside your heart. Eventually, it manifests something, and
I know
hopefully it's
as a
entertaining.
writer myself, we were taught to show, not tell.
Yes.
Uh,
Yeah.
So we were that.
No, no. I
So
mean, you're
it's
you're
so
right.
boring.
No, you're absolutely right um, because you don't. A writer. What's unique about a writer is a writer lives every moment of every character in their story. You're
Right.
you're literally living every character, and you're putting you're giving them a voice, you're giving them a purpose, you're giving them a heartbeat. You're they're crucial to the overall story, but you yourself as a writer are writing from within that character, and and writing out those parts and pieces to it, and then moving on to the next one, and then moving on to the next one. That's what's unique about being a writer.
It's true. Like we give away a little bit of ourselves here and there. So,
Oh yes, yes, 100%. Yeah, you have to, because I mean that's like I said, a lot of uh, the acting that I was trained to do. I've studied the Stanislavski method acting, which is kind of the old style acting. And like Robert De Niro, Al Pacino, are graduates of this sort of style of acting. And it's a style of acting where you ask a lot of questions. You ask, okay, uh, you and I, we're having a conversation, but who are you to
right.
me? Are you a family member? Are we lovers? Are we relatives? Based on our relationship would be how we talk to one another. And you and I are friends, so I can freely speak to you about this, that, and the other, and ask you a bunch of questions. You ask me questions, and we're friends. So that's the way the conversation would be. If you were my boss, I would be, so no ma'am, yes ma'am, yeah, yeah, I'll definitely get to it right away as soon as possible. I'll make a point of putting all my effort into it. So I become a different person.
Right.
I don't speak to
Yeah,
you the
yeah, yeah.
same. Yeah. So the sort of acting that I've done, or the training that I've done, is leads into that. So, when I'm reading a script, or, I have a scene with a certain person. The first question is, who is this person to me? Is it a stranger? Is it a relative? Is it a friend? Is it a lover? Is it who are they to me? Okay, now I know who they are. So now I know how to deliver those lines, because if it's somebody familiar, then it's going to be more casual. If it's somebody that oversees me, it's going to be much more proper, with more etiquette, with more. I'm a little bit more. I'm not slouched. I'm a little bit more straight and upright. Yeah. I mean, that's all goes into the works of putting something together.
Thank you for sharing that with us. And of course, I have a few more questions. And the audience, send us questions. Feel free to do so anytime. So, actually, for my next question, at least my next question, um, can you share another story behind your first major acting role? If you don't mind sharing.
You know. So, I've done this for a while now, and I've had the great privilege of working with some amazing actors. Uh, I had one story is I had my agent called me, and she said, "Hey John, hey, I've got a really small role for you, but it's for a pretty big production. Are you interested?" I said, "Of course, 100%, absolutely." Well,
I
she
would say
said,
yes now.
"Yeah, exactly." Yossi, yes.
Before,
You
I
say
would say no because I was so shy and I hit myself in the butt because I always said no. I could have been an actress, but no.
exactly. So of course, I said, "Of course, yes, yes, absolutely." Um, and she goes, "Well, it's like I said, it's really really small, but you're interacting with the lead character." I said, "Well, okay, great. Hey, I'm very happy about that. So let's do it." So I asked, "Okay, so what's the name of the project?" She goes, "Well, you know what?" She goes, I can't really disclose that. But right now, the project name is Project Ice Cream." I said, "Excuse me?" She goes, "Project Ice Cream." I said, "Well,
Oh,
I love ice cream, so let's do it."
maybe it's a commercial or something.
Yeah,
That's what I would think.
exactly.
Is
That's
it
what
a
I thought.
commercial?
I mean, it's about Ben and Jerry's. I'm all over it. So, um, so I said, well, which should I come prepared with? She goes, we'll send you the script, uh, but don't worry about anything else because they'll take care of your wardrobe, take care of makeup, take care of your hair. They'll take care of everything. Um, I said, okay, sounds good. Sounds good. All right, great. This is the day. This is the time. Be there. And I said, okay, fantastic. So I'm there. And we go to. There's like three different areas of a big production. There's home base. Home base is where all the actors and all the crew members and everybody that's part of the production meet all in one central location. And you fill out the paperwork and you do all the stuff you need to do. Then from there, you're shuttled into what they call holding, which is like your green room. So that's where you stay until you actually go on set. And then the next part would be actually being in front of the camera,
Right.
being on set. So I'm on set, and they got a big crew there and they're doing the makeup thing and they got my props going and I'm outside of San Francisco in a corner and then walking towards me is Keanu Reeves and I'm going
I would probably think.
and I'm thinking to myself, boy, that guy looks a lot like Keanu Reeves. I'm going, wow, he looks a lot like Keanu Reeves. And then he comes right to me. He goes, hey,
Yeah.
hey, he goes, yeah, hey, my name's Keanu. It's really nice to work with you. I said, whoa, okay, yeah. My name's John. Nice to work with you too. So we went through our lines and we went through our stuff. Hey, um, we went
I
through our
should
lines.
thanks for joining. Oh,
uh,
thank you. They said they love me this one. I'm sorry to interrupt you.
oh man, thank you.
That's amazing. Yes, yes, we do.
Thank you. Thank you. You're wonderful. But so this little project that has a name called Ice Cream ends up being Matrix Resurrection, which is the fourth installment of the Matrix movie.
Oh, wow.
And I was on it for like about 13 days. 13
I
days
didn't
on
realize
film.
they made more film. I only watched the first part. I better watch the rest.
Yeah, it was great. It was an amazing experience. But so whether it be a multi-million dollar movie with huge star or an independent film that has a limited budget with not as known of actors, it doesn't matter. It's the same. For me, I take it exactly the same. I take it very seriously. I want to do my best. I want them to be happy that they booked me and casted me in that role. I want them to be happy. So it's a job. It's like
Yeah,
no
man.
different. Yeah, it's no different than any other job. You
I
just
think the
want.
hardest part for that for me if I were going to acting hopefully one day. But
Yeah.
the hardest part would be memorizing all those lines.
Sorry about. Sorry about that.
No
Oh, Lisa,
worries. Special effects.
I got a squeaky blind. Sorry about that.
It's totally special effects.
Squeaky blind. Yeah. Uh, but yeah, it's yeah, that was a memorable moment because everything that they say about Keanu Reeves, being just a very grounded person, um,
That's
you
what I
know,
hear about him. Yeah.
really nice. He's very nice. I actually got a chance to
Bring him
to
on the
really,
show.
yeah, I got a chance to really
Until
get to
then.
yeah to get to know his girlfriend, and his girlfriend is such a sweet lady. Oh my God, this
Thank you.
um
I love the positivity.
yeah, I love it. So his girlfriend, I remember Keanu Reeves was doing a scene where he was like on a motorcycle and he would have to go back and forth and redo the scene and they introduced me to his girlfriend, so I was standing kind of right next to her, and it was the cutest, most adorable thing that you can think of. I'm chit chatting with his girlfriend. Keanu Reeves is doing the scene, and then they have to reset, so he just drives back. So as he drives back, they kind of look at each other, and she's here like this. She's here. There's my man, and he's here on the other side going, "That's my woman."
Oh.
So
It's so,
it's so cool. You know, you just gotta love it. You know, it's
it's
just
cool that they elaborate and watch them. I would love to see filming too when they.
yeah. I mean, they're people. I mean, they're people like we are. I mean, there's no difference. Um, you know, just they. It's just like anybody that's really passionate about a certain aspect of you know of life, and you
Right.
know he's done so well. And I think what makes him so unique is he's just very genuine, and he he treats everybody with kindness and respect. Everybody, I mean, people wanted selfies with him, and actually a picture with him and I. Uh,
I
first
think
day of
I've seen
filming.
it.
Yeah, yeah. So it's him and I.
That one.
We're right next to one another, and I had no idea the picture was even taken. So what happened? Evidently, there was paparazzi out there, and
Um,
they
and I
were
watched
snapping.
those.
So, and we didn't know. We had no idea. So we're busy doing the scene. We're really focusing what the director's telling us, and you have to do one take after another. So we're done with that scene, and then of course every day is like a 12 to 16 hour day. So it's a long day. So
Oh wow.
we're done filming. He goes to his hotel, and I start heading out myself. One of the other actors says, "Hey, John, did you see this? Did you see this?" I said, What are you talking about? Look." And she showed me this picture of
Oh,
Keanu Reeves and I side by side. I said, I said, "Did you take that?" She goes, "No." It's all over social media right now that Keanu Reeves is in San Francisco filming Matrix 4, and it just happened to be him and I together, and I had no idea that even existed. So they brought that to my attention. I said, "Please send it to me." But you just don't know what happens when you're on set.
you always send it to me.
Well, yeah, I'll definitely send you. I thought I
Or
sent you that picture.
send
Have
it
I
my way to me.
I thought I sent you that picture before.
I don't think so.
Okay, you know what? After the show, I'll send it to you, and I'll
I
do kind of
appreciate it.
a digital autograph.
Does he do podcast?
I'll forge his name.
Appreciate it. I know one time when I was on set, I got to see I don't remember the show. Everybody loves Raymond.
Yeah, 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 yeah.
Yeah, we got to see it taped and everything.
Oh,
And we were
nice,
on the front row, the audience, the front row.
nice.
And between breaks, they would actually play cards with us and ask us if we wanted some, snack or whatever. I'm like, sure, what up?
Yeah, yeah. That's so cool. That when they do like live tapings, it's such a neat thing to be part of the audience.
Yeah, it
Uh,
is.
be a part of that. That is neat because what we what like a viewer doesn't see is all the stuff that happens in between takes or setting up the
Right.
set. They do all this fun stuff like right in the middle. So I
They
love
have a
that.
comedy person or they have someone to, keep the crowd going,
Yeah,
you
yeah,
know?
exactly. When to applaud, when not to applaud, when to say different things.
Yeah. Or be
So they're really
quiet.
good
Or,
about. Yeah,
oh, I have to ask. Do they
yeah.
actually shout to you to quiet out shit? Do they actually say that?
So say that again.
Do they actually say quiet over shit?
Yeah, exactly, exactly right. No, that's so
I
cool.
can't do it, but
It's a neat thing. I know this is a very difficult pursuit. It really is because you're subjecting yourself to
there's a lot of
uh,
competition too.
a tremendous amount of competition, and there are so many people are so talented, and I love working with people that are more talented than I am. I love that because it gives
We
me
have
the
that glare.
opportunity.
Sorry.
It gives me the opportunity to get better. So I learn from them. I'm a sort of I'm an actor where typically what they do is if you're not filming on set and it's not your scene, then you're like in a holding room or a green room. And typically, all the actors will get there, they'll chit chat with another, they'll check, their social media on the phone. Um, but I don't. I stay on set on the outskirts, and I'm watching the actors that are just the
I would
pros,
do that too.
and I just I want to see what their rituals are. You know how they get ready to do a scene, what they physically go through. Do they do breathing exercises, or do they warm up? You know, what how they're taking direction from the director. And you can see the kind of the wheels are turning, and they come out with eventually what they want to see. But yeah, I'm there as a student, and I'm taking notes. I'm taking all these different notes, um, and just to really see the inner workings. Just for me, it's just so I can get better, so I can be a better actor each and every time.
Right. It is true that some actors, like some major famous actors and actresses that discovered just by sitting in a certain place in a restaurant. Uh, is that true that how they got their start sometimes?
Yeah, I think everybody, I think a lot of people that pursue this, they want to be famous. Uh, they want to be either a movie star, or they want to be a supermodel, or they want something of that sort. And um, if that is your intention, hey, it's not it's not going to work out. It's not going to work out the way you might think. I
Right,
know that there are some talented actors that don't have the opportunities that I've had, and so I'm always very thankful and appreciative of every opportunity they have. I'm always so appreciative, because you never know, because you never
like
know
doing
when.
these shows, right? That we have here nowadays. I mean,
Yeah,
now it must be a person. Hey, it wasn't real, like your face.
yeah, exactly. Let's see if
That's
it's
why
getting
I don't
dark
mind
out here.
doing these. I know, right? It's dark real quick. So it is dark almost fall. So
Yeah.
yeah, I hope you guys are enjoying yourself, and thank you, Jennifer. Sorry if I say your name wrong. Yeah, I do appreciate it. Stopping by.
That's great.
And our show is supposed to be on Wednesday. We'll be back on schedule on Wednesdays. Next week we'll have another awesome guest. He's actually I think you know him. David Monroe.
Oh, yeah, 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 yeah. Absolutely.
And yes,
Yeah.
he's related to the late Monroe.
Yeah, David,
That
he
is
actually
so awesome.
he casted me. He's coming.
Oh wow.
Yeah, he's coming across. Um, he's doing a film. On his aunt, which is Marilyn Monroe, and he
Oh,
approached me.
that's his aunt. We were wondering if his aunt or cousin. I was invested.
Yeah, so he approached me. We were at a mutual event, which was it was the Emmys, and he approached me, and he goes, John, finally got a chance to meet you in person. So we chatted. He goes, you know what? I'd like to cast you as, and I think he said, my grandfather. And I said, okay. And now understand this. David Monroe, he's about 6 feet tall. He's got long blonde
He
hair,
looks like Jimmy Thompson. Of
yeah,
course, I'm
long
sure.
curly
So
blonde hair, and very very fair complected. I don't look like that. so,
I'm very fair. You can see.
so here I am saying, are you sure this would be good? So he sent me a picture of his grandfather, and I was going, whoa, that looks like me, or I look like
Oh
him.
wow.
I'm going, really? And I couldn't believe it. I was going, yeah, I do look like that. So I was just going, 100%. I'd be happy to play your grandfather.
That's cool. Yeah, I can't wait to have him on. Like, I was just thinking, I wonder if any of her relatives is still alive. Because I would have loved spending with here we are with Davey.
Yeah, no, he's a great guy. He's a really nice guy. He's a great talker. He has a lot to say. Just you
Yeah, I
have to let
can't
him
wait.
know. You have to let him know that that I spoke very well about him.
Sure, we'll do.
Yeah.
Hopefully he's watching. Hi, James. I have to wear my glasses sometimes, sorry.
No, that's okay. You go ahead. You go
I've
ahead.
always worn glasses. It's not weird. Let's see. I think we have time for a few more questions. And I'm
Okay.
here.
I'm like
I
slowly.
have my notes and then I lost it. That would happen on the first show. Sorry, guys. Bear with me. Bear
we're
with
slowly
me.
going. We're slowly going away. Hey,
That'll be a blooper.
I'm gonna see if I can find some light. Hang on 1 second.
Okay. In the meantime, I will find some more questions. And oh my goodness, we're almost at top of the hour almost.
Yeah, we are almost.
So I better find a really good one for you. Let's see. Anybody have any questions before we go? Feel free to comment below. And you were listening to the Mystic Whispers podcast that I'm your host, Nicole Jackpot. We're with Saul and Ozuna. I can't believe a whole hour was passed us by already.
That was fast. That was
No
fast.
way.
That was super fast.
I'm like, slow down, time, slow down.
So you know that you see what happens when friends talk? That's what happens when friends talk.
Oh man. Sometimes I don't even have my notes in this stuff.
Yeah, no, it was great to be on your show. It's been a while.
Yeah, thank you. I hopefully I have to bring my old guest back on. And
Mm.
if you have anybody that would like to be on our show, like Keto Reed.
Definitely.
But yeah, we see. But yeah, Tom Cruise. But I can dream. I can dream. Oh well. I done. Anyway. But you're always welcome back on. I enjoy talking with you and everything, of course. And so, of course, in your bio, I want to change gears here real quick. Thank you. So, in your bio, you achieved a couple of, I always say it wrong, but Guinness World Records. Did I say that right? Guinness, Guinness World Records in martial arts.
The Guinness World Records. Yeah.
I'm sorry, I
Um,
always say that wrong.
yeah, the
But
Guinness World Records.
congratulations on that.
So those I've had two. One was for the most punches in 1 minute, which was um, my goodness. Oh my goodness. 713 punches in 1 minute. And
Ooh,
then the which averages to about roughly about 11 to almost 12 punches a second. And then the other one's for the
wow.
fastest punch in the world. So if you take a really good boxer, and one would be Mayweather Jr. He's one of the fastest boxers punching. Has one of the fastest punches around, and he's clocked at about 26 miles per hour. Now it doesn't sound very fast, but for human speed, it's pretty fast. So he's about 26 miles per hour, and my punch was like 43.3 miles per hour. So it was a good amount. It was a good amount. So it was done
That's
well.
amazing. You guys,
Hey,
hey, Florida. Yay. Went to Florida one time. We went to
Florida. I love Florida. I
Disney
love Florida.
World. That was fun.
Exactly right. Disney World, Orlando. Have you been?
Yeah, I have to go there
Oh, I
with
love it
my
over there.
girlfriends.
I
And
love it over there.
yeah, I finally went.
Yeah, oh man, I could stay. It's funny. I was talking to a friend earlier, and I said, you know what? I could live in one of the resort hotels for 6 months straight. I could
I
work
was,
out there. I could work there. I could, if
they
I
got
needed
everything,
if I
right?
needed
They have
to
a
act.
pool.
Oh man, it would just be the best. It would be the best. I would go into one of the parks just to grab a bite to eat and come back. Oh man, it would be the best. I would love
I wouldn't mind living there.
that.
Yeah, we had a great time. So I needed to get away. So it's nice to get away once in a while.
Yeah, that's the best. Gotta love that. Gotta love that. My goodness, where is time gone?
Yeah, like you said, time flies so much.
Yeah, it
Yeah,
does. It
having
does. It
fun.
does.
But if you guys, you can always watch us on replay. We're everywhere. And of course, I want to thank our sponsor who will
Mhm.
not make this possible. Of course, Tom Conway from Oracle Radio Network. Top. I'm sorry if I missed something, but yeah, thank you guys so much. So that's from the top of my head. I should have wrote everything down, but as a writer, it's so weird. I don't like taking notes. I really don't. But I want to thank my other two sponsors, my Stream TV Network, and of course, Parent Post. So
Absolutely.
I'll make sure to thank those guys for this opportunity. I know I don't have the greatest voice, but I try. Anyway, yeah, thank you so much for watching. Let us know where you're watching from. We're in sunny California, I would say.
Absolutely.
Yeah, thank you so much. I know we're over the hour now, but I do appreciate your time with us. Why I
Yeah.
have my hands up? Anyway,
No, thank you so much. I appreciate it. It's always great fun just catching up with you and seeing how you're doing. Hey, I watch you on social media all the time. So I know that
oh,
you're
thank
out
you.
there.
Likewise.
And thank you for being so supportive. I appreciate that. Oh, just
Oh, sure.
one shout out. I've got a movie coming out. The movie's called
Sure,
The
good.
Balance. Yeah, the movie's called The Bouncer. I played the lead role alongside two very notable actors. One is
I look
uh,
forward to that one.
yeah, one is Costas Mandalore from the Saw series, and one is Nicholas Totoro. Uh, he's been known in several TV shows and whatnot, and brother of John Turturro. And It's a great action film. It was filmed in Romania,
Oh, wow. I will let you know there when they.
yeah. So the trailer is going to be coming out next week. So I'm really excited
Okay, I'll watch for that.
about so I'm going to send out a notice saying be prepared, be ready for the trailer. That's going to come
Definitely.
out, and the movie comes out in October. So it comes out, and I'm really excited about it, and it's going to be good fun.
Well, if you ever need an extract, it's over to look. But yeah, thank you
It's not a
guys so
horror
much.
movie. It's not a horror movie, but it's more of an
And
action
then,
movie.
but yeah, we'll start somewhere, right?
Yeah, yeah,
But yeah. So I think we have one quick question, if you don't mind answering,
sure.
for if I can see. Has John ever worked with actor Richard Grieco? Did I see that right?
I'm not
Richard
sure.
Grieco?
I can't see it from my end. Look.
What it's I'm sorry I said your name wrong. Has John ever worked with actor Richard Grieco?
Oh my goodness, Richard
Uh,
Greco! I'm gonna meet him. I'm gonna see him next month.
tell us that
So
I.
yeah, so Richard Greco and we're gonna be at the same event in Hollywood. Every year, I'm a guest at it's called
Oh, they have
Holly.
events.
Yeah,
I didn't realize they have events in Hollywood.
yeah. So there's one big one that it's called Hollywood Hotness, and they invite me as a guest every year. Richard Greco is going to be there, so I'm looking forward to saying hi to him and spend a little time with Richard Greco.
Speaking of which, he said that's his cousin. Woo! Nice. Hello. Sit up over here.
Yeah.
I'm always welcome to here, so put me up. He's a read. Sit up over here. Sitting. That's weird.
No, that's
Hopefully
great.
y'all love me. I know it's getting late, but yeah, thank you, Sean, for joining us for our first
My
opening night.
pleasure. My pleasure.
Oh my
Thank you
goodness.
for having me.
Thank you. And if you want to hang around for a few more minutes in the green room, if you like, or just stay up here if you like. And we are trying to sign off. I always say alone goodbye. I'm sorry. But you are
Yeah.
listening to Mystic Whispers podcast, and I'm your host with the most. I'm sorry, I like Beetlejuice. I'm gonna say Beetlejuice. It's Friday. Okay. I'm gonna say it 3 times mainly. Yeah, have a great night and host Nicole Jasper. All right, guys. Thank you, John.
Take care, guys. Take care. Have a great one.
Bye, guys.